Yeah, it's you want to see more of those put together, but to at least be able to see what the future could look like. And obviously, you don't have Jeremy Grant. You don't have, and I think a large part of their struggles throughout the course of the year, but especially since Jeremy Grant's been out, Kelly Olynyk's been out, is the lack of experience. They get these leads, as you mentioned, and then they lose them. Last night was, you could see some of the young guys learning the lesson of, hey, how do you close out a game when you've got a lead? And Milwaukee made that run, as you mentioned. They were able to sustain that and hold on.
It was nice. Diallo missed a couple of free throws there, but still, it was nice to see. By the way, you mentioned Jeremy Grant. I mean, there's a chance he may never play for the Pistons again. I don't know, because the trading deadline's going to be in February. He'll probably be back in, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, maybe. I don't know if the teams are going to want to make a trade before they see him play after the injury or not, so that's going to be interesting. But
down to 40.
It appears, everything you read, that a lot of teams...
Down to 40 now. 39. You just filled it up. Got it.
Get a really nice return.
Just
They'll have a chance to make it 3 in a row in Charlotte on Wednesday. They play Memphis on Thursday in Memphis, and the way John Morant's playing right now, that would be an unbelievable win. Also last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns 26-14 in the Ben Roethlisberger swan song, we believe. It looks like it, as a Pittsburgh Steeler, or maybe as you probably an NFL player. Last home game for the Steelers at Heinz Field. Good to see him get a win. Statistically, wow. 24-46, 123 yards, a touchdown and a pick, 56.3 quarterback rating. He set an NFL record for the fewest passing yards in a single game with at least 45 attempts.
Hey, if you're going to go out, right, and you might as well set a record. It's probably not the one you want to set, but at least it's in the record books. And you know what? He's had a great career.
Yes.
He's played in one place. You mentioned, at least in Pittsburgh. I don't think he goes anywhere else and plays. I can't see him in another uniform.
No.
And so it was great to see the fans at Heinz Field appreciate him. He returned the favor and is going to ride off into the sunset, because it seems unlikely that they're playoff bound as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few teams who are on the AFC bubble.
Yeah.
And their only hope is Jacksonville beating the Colts. And that ain't happening.
No, because the Colts have to win to get in.
Yes. Baker Mayfield, by the way. I mean, look, John, you've played injured. It's kind of different, with all due respect, at your position than a quarterback. The guy should have been shut down a few weeks ago. I mean, granted, it wasn't his throwing shoulder, and I'm not saying that's the reason he came up with these stellar numbers of 16 of 38, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. I actually had a better quarterback rating than Roethlisberger. But he's obviously been hampered. He's obviously not into it, and he said after the game he is going to have surgery. We don't know when. We don't know what team he's going to end up playing for. I assume it's still going to be with the Browns. They're just not going to give him the extension that he wants, and I don't think he deserves, but based upon his play this year. And I give him credit for battling through. You always like to see the Warriors, especially at that position, but not when it hampers the team.
Well, no, you don't want to see it hamper the team. And if somebody can go out there and play at a higher level, you would expect the coach to make that decision. This isn't Baker Mayfield's decision. He could say he's ready, and he could say that, yeah, I feel well enough to play. I can go out there and I feel like I can help the team. But it's up to the coach to say whether Baker Mayfield, or if it's number 2 or number 3, gives them the best chance to win a game. And if he goes out there, like you mentioned, it's not his throwing shoulder, so he could go out there and play. I don't know how much it affected his play. Pain affects everything. But the surprise for me over the course of this year for the Cleveland Browns, and I know their backfield's been banged up, they've had a few injuries up front, is their lack of rushing attack, because that's really where Baker Mayfield excels. And I don't mean by handing the ball off, but when they have that 1-2 punch, Baker Mayfield can be effective. They just haven't helped him out at all this year.
See, I think this is Jared Goff-like.
Yeah.
I really do. have to have things so perfect around Baker Mayfield that it's nearly impossible to put it together. And they nearly did it last year because everything was working, right? You didn't have Beckham being a headache because he was hurt in the playoffs. And they made a run because of their trenches and Baker Mayfield game managing it. And I know I picked them to actually go to the Super Bowl this year because I bought in and I thought that they had a lot. I will die on my whatever. I think Kevin Stefanski's a great coach and he's getting taken down by Baker Mayfield. And if I were them, I would swing for the fences and at least inquire about Russell Wilson.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think he is perfect for what they want to do. And I don't know if he would be willing to go to Cleveland, but what a move that would be. Because look, it's becoming the Bengals division, as crazy as that sounds, and I don't think I'm overreacting to the fact because their contracts are so rookie friendly with that team right now. And then you look at the Steelers are going to have a situation here where I don't think they'll fall down to ever like a Lion-like level, but they got to figure out what they're going to do with the quarterback situation. And I think the Ravens, it's really questionable with Lamar. There's a window here, and they've got the trenches, and they got the running game.
Yeah, and they're built for all of the complaints that Russell Wilson has had in Seattle. You don't protect me. There's, defensively, there's question marks in Seattle about that. I think it's a great fit. I just don't know if he wants to live in Cleveland. I think that's really what it comes down to. Him and his wife, do they really want to live in Cleveland? Is it solely about winning a championship? Because if you put Russell Wilson in Cleveland with that run game, with that offensive line and the receivers that they have, that becomes one of the better offenses in the NFL.
Right, and they would battle with Cincinnati for the division for a couple of years, how many years Russell Wilson's going to play. That's true. So where does he want to play? Russell Wilson wants to play in New York. Well, the Giants, and obviously he's not going to go to the Jets because they have a young quarterback, right? The Giants are far away from contending for a playoff spot. You would think. Where New Orleans is another one, right?
Yeah, New Orleans. I think New Orleans is probably the best fit for him. Just depends on if they have enough to be able to give Seattle for Russell Wilson in a trade.
And what was there's a third option, right? I forgot which one.
He had said the Raiders at one point, but I think that changed.
Yeah.
He may have said Dallas, too. I think he did say Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah, that's not happening with Dak in his contract, though.
So Russell might have to, Cleveland might be a really good option for him because the other two options, with the exception of New Orleans, but New Orleans, depending on how long Brady's going to be in Atlanta, that division's going to be up for grabs.
I will say this, Brad Holmes, I hope you're listening. Watch the Cleveland Browns situation right now. This is just how damn important it is to get the right quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything else is pretty much in place.
And your coach can't baby the quarterback either because Stefanski, as good as the game caller he is, I think he is, I don't know, from what I've been told, he hasn't handled the Mayfield situation correctly either.
Right, because that's the problem. When you take a quarterback number one, most times than not, a franchise is idiotic and it gives them and treats them like little babies. The one team that didn't do it was the Cardinals with Rosen.
Right, yeah, and because they moved on the next year with Kyler Murray.
And he wasn't a number one overall; he was a top 10.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be cutthroat. Worst case scenario is he just returns next year on his last year of his rookie contract if they can't find any options.
Well, Brad Holmes is listening. Let's hope he's not listening to John Dorsey who drafted him then, right?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but you also learn more about a guy over 4 years than you know when he's coming out as a rookie.
If everything's right and the quarterback and Mayfield's healthy, he can win in this league. But that's why I compared it to Jared Goff. Everything's got to be right, and it's just not going to happen more times than not.
I don't know. He's done his research. He found out that Mayfield did not go to Bo Callahan's birthday party. All right, our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Don't forget Dan Campbell will join us at 7:35. Coming up next, decision made by a Michigan State player and an Oklahoma player that is sending some shockwaves through college football. 97 won the ticket.
Hey, referring a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook could be your ticket, or at least 2 tickets, to Super Bowl 56. That's right. When you refer a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook, you'll be entered for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Super Bowl 56 for 2. Don't miss FanDuel's biggest refer a friend offer ever. All you have to do is share your exclusive referral link right from the Sportsbook app. Once your friend places any bet of $10 or more, you're going to get $50. You'll both get $50, and you'll be entered into the Super Bowl sweepstakes. If you or a friend have been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app's easy to use. They've got great offers. It's something new every single day, every single week. If you're new to FanDuel, you can also sign up using promo code Jansen to get the first bet risk-free up to $1,000 and make every moment more. This NBA season, that's promo code Jansen. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and refer a friend for your chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 56 for 2. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket. Must be 21 or over and present in Michigan. Referred players must wager $10 within 28 days after signing up. Bonus issued as site credit and is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. No purchase necessary for the Super Bowl ticket promotion. Super Bowl promotion closes on 1/9/22. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center. A look at the drive this morning. The crash is just cleared 94 eastbound at French Road. It was blocking a couple of lanes, so there's still a little bit of a slowdown. There is a delay due to a crash on the right shoulder, southbound 75 right after 7 Mile. And around Washtenaw County, US 12 Michigan Avenue eastbound at Hopper Street, still closed due to an accident. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
We're all obsessed with it, especially when it comes to our internet. Luckily, Xfinity delivers gig speed to more homes than anyone. And not only that, our gig is faster than AT&T's. And with gig speed over Wi-Fi, that means faster speeds all over the house for streaming, or gaming, whatever you need speed for, you'll get more. Plus, Xfinity now has speed options up to 3 gigs. That's 3 times faster than AT&T.
Now that is fast.
You're obsessed with speed. Good thing Xfinity is too. Can your internet do that? Learn about gig Wi-Fi or get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, ask about speed 3 times faster than AT&T. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with a stored bank account. Ends 1/23/22. Restrictions apply. New connect internet 50 megabits per second. Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig speed Wi-Fi requires gigabit internet and compatible X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. 3 gig service requires customized installation.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, welcomes you with a special offer on college bowl games. Get in before they're over. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on any bowl game, and if your team scores a touchdown, you win $200 in free bets regardless of the bet's outcome. Bonus code is COSTA200 when you make the first bet. Enjoy the bowl season like never before and earn M Life rewards that you can use for rooms and dining at any MGM resort nationwide. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com. That bonus code is COSTA200, COSTA200, to win $200 in free bets if the college team you bet on scores a touchdown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 and up, Michigan only. New customer offer. This is your reason to sign up. It's a great deal. All promos are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards are issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credits that expire within 7 days. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
70% of the Fortune 100 choose Zoom. With phone, chat, workspaces, apps, events, and video in a single platform, Zoom powers all your communications. Large enterprises, small businesses, and individuals use the secure Zoom platform to enable new ways of working, learning, hosting events, and supporting their customers. Right now, you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with the Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead with Fidelity Income Planning. We'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and help you build a flexible plan for cash flow designed to last, so you can go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE SIPC.
Tonight, it's the premiere of 2 new comedies on NBC.
First, the comedy critics are calling the next The Office.
American Auto, starring SNL's Anna Gasteyer.
What are you doing to my car?
I'm stealing your husband's house.
It's fine. I'm the new CEO.
Then it's Grand Crew.
The comedy critics rate is this generation's friends.
I'm gonna ask Alicia to marry me. Seriously, dude? I've had almond milk in my fridge longer than you've been with Alicia.
American Auto and Grand Crew.
Premiere tonight on NBC.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Strong for your South Pole. Charmin keeps your undies whiter than the North Pole. Shiny, hiney, a brand new year. Come to Charmin, happy new year. Charmin,
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas. Now, text or call the ticket using the same number. Ticket text 248-539-9797. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
248-539-9797 is the telephone number. Pistons over the Bucks last night, 115-105. Pittsburgh over Cleveland, 26-14 Monday Night Football. I watched the Manning cast last night, most of it. It was pretty good. Bill Cowher, Roger Goodell, Snoop Dogg was unbelievable, and Aaron Rodgers. I saw a little bit of that. I didn't stay up for the whole finish of the game, but that was the last one of the year. I would love to see them do that during their one playoff game that I think ESPN has. It was brilliant because taking nothing away from the regular broadcast of Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Brian Greasy. I just really enjoyed the banter. It made it difficult following the game if you really had, wanted to follow it closely. But
it was a game like last night. That's
it was
kind of the perfect thing. It's a boring game. It's two teams not going to the playoffs, and it was entertaining.
Absolutely. Last night it was revealed late yesterday afternoon, early, that Jalen Nailor is going to enter the NFL draft at Michigan State. Wide receiver, 6 foot, 190-pound guy who
turn left onto West 14 Mile Road,
speedy,
then turn right
Nailor.
onto Inkster Road.
Terrific player, really fit the offense well. Some aspects of it was kind of surprised he didn't come back for it would have been his 5th year because he had a medical red shirt, I believe, so he's a red shirt junior. But because he gets injured a lot. He got injured this year, he got injured his freshman year. I mean, he gets injured a lot, so maybe you're sitting there saying, all right, I probably won't be, a day 2 pick, obviously not day 1, maybe not even day 2 pick. I'm a day 3 pick, I think would be fair to say about Jalen Nailor, correct?
Yes, I think so.
So with my injury history, maybe I should, instead of maybe improve my draft stock, just get out now and see what happens. Because he gets hurt a lot, and he's a guy who could, be very versatile for a lot of things. I don't know, a 3 or a 4th receiver and a return guy.
Yeah, he's very good on special teams. He's got a knack for finding those little niches and finding alleys and using his speed. He's called Speedy for a reason.
Yeah.
To your point, though, he just needs to stay healthy. He needs to stay on the field. And so the argument is, should he stay one more year to prove that he can stay healthy, or does he need to leave because he's just the clock is ticking? He's just got so many injuries that he needs to be able to make it while he can. I don't know if he comes back. Here's the other argument. If he comes back, what does he improve his draft stock to?
Right.
Is it going to be much better than where he's slotted now as a day 3 guy? I mean,
yeah, you're probably right.
Probably
so
not
I
much.
Think probably a wise decision. They're still waiting to hear from Jaden Reed. I'm hearing indications that he might come back. He's got that connection with his high school friend Pete Thorne.
Yes.
So, but I thought Reed's obviously a better pro prospect than Nailor. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Yes, absolutely. And you take 2 of their receivers away from them, and look, they have Keon Coleman look like he can play, Foster can play, and obviously Trey Mosley's coming back for another year. So hopefully for the Spartans, Reed does come back, but I would think he might go to the NFL. We'll see. we'll see. We'll see what happens. The other big news. By the way, Michigan lost 2 guys through the portal as well. Guys who were highly touted when they were recruited. Anthony Solomon and Green Warren. I always call him Donovan Warren because of the former. Because he's from California too. Darian Green Warren, who was a 4-star, but 2 years you don't really crack the lineup. It's a good move for both to go on and see if you can play somewhere else, right?
Yeah, find a better fit for you.
That happens.
Defense changed, because the defense changed as well. Different personnel, different mindset, different voices, and so it's. I think it'll be a good. It's a good separation for both.
Yes. Now, the big one yesterday in college football news is Caleb Williams, who, as you remember, came off the bench in Oklahoma's game against Texas to replace Spencer Rattler, and he flourished and he led Oklahoma to a pretty successful season. He tailed off a little bit at the end, no doubt about it, but he announced that he's entering the portal, and he did say that returning to Oklahoma is definitely a possibility. He did not close that door. Him and his family, they want to see what else is out there that would best get him ready for the National Football League, which to me says he's going to go to USC with Lincoln Riley.
At the light,
Well,
turn right
probably.
onto Northwestern
That's
Highway.
what it feels like.
Yeah, and I don't know about Oklahoma's reacting like, okay, I don't think you're coming back because they already flipped a transfer already. Was it Gabriel, I believe his name is, the left-handed thrower, a quarterback from UCF who transferred to go to UCLA, and before he even enrolled is now
Make a
on
U-turn.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, so much changes after coaches move around, and a lot of these things have to be done, obviously, before the semester starts so that they can start enrolling classes on campus, be a part of spring ball. The question is Caleb Williams, because in his statement, it says that he's doing this, that it would definitely be an option, but he wants to see who may offer the
11
best
miles.
preparation
Take
and
exit 10
development for
toward
my
Wyoming
future
Avenue.
career is by entering the portal.
Does that mean who's going to get him ready to play the NFL? Who's going to get him the best NIL?
I think he's probably looking for the best combination, but I think the NIL money it's making it very intriguing because you have instant eligibility when you transfer. You have, and we saw it with Quinn Ewers going from Ohio State to Texas. He went to basically the highest bidder. It sounded like he wanted to go to Texas Tech, but they couldn't come up with enough of an NIL package for him, so he ends up going to Texas. And now Caleb Williams has this opportunity because he didn't even think he was going to have this opportunity. Spencer Rattler was supposed to be a stud this year.
Right.
He's not. Caleb Williams goes in, all of a sudden he's playing well, and is he simply just trying to capitalize? Is this what we're seeing? And is everybody is saying it is free agency in college football? And I think it is. I think, there's probably some of his comments that are true. I'm not gonna call him a liar and say he's not going to, whether it's USC or wherever that he believes he can be developed as a quarterback the best. But I think if you're looking at it going to USC, he committed to Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma. It's not a shock he would go there, but it's also a much bigger market than Norman, Oklahoma.
True. There's no doubt about it. USC, when they're good, they're like a professional team.
Right, and so
the way that they're covered in LA. Look, for the old school fan, it makes us, do we really need free agency in college sports? But you know what? It's a new age, and we're just going to have to deal with it. And I think it's okay. I mean, I
just wish that everybody would just be upfront and say what it is. That's all of the smoke and mirrors. I mean, you go back to De'Aaron King and his time at Houston. He played 4 games, and all of a sudden he's sitting out because of the new head coach, and there's just not as much talent. I'm just going to use the red shirt rule, but I'm coming back. Everybody knew he wasn't coming back, that he was going to be transferring somewhere. Obviously, transferred to Miami. Things didn't work out the way that he had hoped down there either. But just to be upfront with what you're doing, because most people can see through it.
Right. Look, like I said, fans, most
graduate on time. Now, what does that mean to somebody? Because if you don't graduate in 4, but you graduate in 5, or you graduate in 6, I mean, there's a lot of other students that transfer schools, and it takes them a little while longer because things don't transfer. But I guess that's my question: is what are we going to see in regards to graduation rates, and what does it mean moving forward? How does the NCAA address that if all of these players, or if a number of a large percentage of them, are struggling to graduate? Because that's more important than going somewhere. For the majority of players, that's more important than going somewhere to get developed as a quarterback.
Right, they're still going to get their scholarship. So if you transfer to school, you're not going to the NFL or whatever. You stay on campus if you like it, you finish and you graduate. That's your responsibility too. It's not just the school.
Yes, but that scholarship doesn't always complete. Like if you don't graduate in your 4 years, your 5th year is not guaranteed. If you don't graduate in 5, your 6th isn't guaranteed. That's where I think the NCAA needs to address some of this.
Yeah, you got to guarantee these 5 years the way it is right now. These people, I mean, the workload that they have for their sport and the course load, the 5 years has to be, I think, minimum guaranteed. 248-539-9797 is the telephone number. Dan Campbell will join us at 7:35. Speaking of quarterbacks, is it a little too early to get into the discussion of this guy versus this guy? Like I said,
what's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Pro Football Sunday, Tennessee with a chance to clinch home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs with a win. A 10.5-point road favorite in Houston. Total here is 42.5. I'm not saying Houston's going to win this game outright, but I actually think that this game is on the other side of 10. I like Houston a little bit now. The number that I need to have is 10.5. No interest at 10 or 9.5, but at 10.5, actually like Houston to keep this game somewhat competitive. Tennessee might end up with the number 1 seed and be a threat to make the Super Bowl when they get their star running back, but I don't know if I like Tennessee to cover a huge number like this without that star running back. So coming up Week 18 Pro Football Sunday, an early pick. Let's monitor this throughout the week. Houston plus 10.5 against Tennessee. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
If you were designing the next generation of luxury crossovers, you'd want it to have everything that's important to you, not just an available 14-inch touchscreen. An interface designed to give you what you need where you need it, not just an advanced safety system, one that's designed to help you protect others on the road, not just a driver-centric cockpit, one with intuitive tech that actually gets you, so you can block out all the noise and focus on what matters. That's what you can get with the all-new 2022 Lexus NX. To discover more about this next-level crossover, visit Lexus.com/NX.
Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, is the official fitness partner of 97.1.
Take exit 10 toward Wyoming Avenue.
Tonight, it's the premiere of 2 new comedies on NBC.
First, the comedy critics are calling The Office.
American Auto, starring Escobar's Autogastic.
What are you doing to my car?
I'm stealing your podcast. It's fine. I'm the new CEO.
It's Grand Prix.
The comedy critics rate is this generation's friends.
Seriously, dude, we've had all the milk in my fridge longer than you've been released.
American Auto and Grand Prix.
Premiere tonight on NBC.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. Our hot buttery breakfast biscuits are loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and your choice of bacon or sausage. Did we mention the part where Wendy's biscuits are hot and buttery? So don't take a chance with those other guys. Bet on a butter breakfast with Wendy's bacon or sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. And participate in U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. DraftKings Sportsbook has an unbelievable offer to get all fans in on the action for this exciting time on the football calendar. New customers can bet just $5 on any football team to win their game. And if they do, you win $200 in free bets. So let's wind down the season with a big win. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet on football with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 971 to ticket
on The Ticket this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. If someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. 21 and over. Michigan only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by National Benefit Plans, NBPHealth.com.
Necessary Roughness with former NFL lineman TJ Lang and John Jansen. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
At the light, turn right onto Finkel Street.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
My telephone number 248-539-9797. I'm doing the show from my basement, and as we discovered, or as I
In a
revealed
quarter
last
mile,
week, I
turn
have
left onto
one
Monte
of
Vista
the-
Street.
I shouldn't say worse, but memorabilia. I have a framed Kevin Jones signed jersey. And looking around here and seeing Barry Sanders, Dominic Hasek, Steve Eiserman, I think I need an autographed framed John Jansen jersey.
Oh, we can make that. I can give you the
Okay.
jersey.
All right.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
I think I want to do a mission.
It's still along with the Kevin
Go past
Jones.
this
Like
light,
it doesn't
then turn
necessarily
left onto
fit.
Monte Vista Street.
I would want a
Oh,
mission.
okay. All right. Yeah.
You know?
What about the Redskins blazer?
No, I don't want that. I don't want any of that burgundy gold. I don't want any burgundy gold crap in this house.
NFC East, baby.
Turn left. Then the destination is on
Hey,
your
we got a
right.
couple of text messages on the ticket text here about our conversation on the transfer portal. I think the portal will slow down soon after the NCAA gave everyone another year of eligibility. They also told schools by 23 or 24 they have to get themselves back down to the original scholarship limit, whatever that number was, which is
85.
85, yes. And it's a complete math.